Welcome back. This afternoon, you're listening to the Todd the Borowitz Show, Real Estate Radio on Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. I am your host, Todd the Borowitz, and here with me now is Julie Statland of Statland and Katz. You do a variety of stuff. Yeah. I'm going to let you explain that.
Well, I'm very busy. I'm involved in the community. I grew up in this area. So it's Statland and Katz from the insurance, or you want my community, or what would you like to know?
Well, you have so many different products. You're dealing with residential, you got the commercial, you got the...
We do. Several years ago, I am part of a family business now, but what happened was my father and his partner started, and my dad was a life and health guy, and he realized that people kept coming to him and asking him about property casualty insurance. So at that time in the 70s, he partnered with a property casualty partner, and we were able to offer boutique services. So we do have different departments, but we can help a small business with their personal insurance, their business insurance, their life insurance, their health insurance. And that way somebody has a trusted advisor or resource to come to, and we really go with products that are very financially sound and A-rated, Consumer Reports, Washington Checkbook, Forbes magazine. You know, we really try to be a wonderful resource to our clients.
That's great. And you're also heavily involved in the community through the Silver Spring Chamber of Commerce. I see the Silver Spring Urban District Advisory Board, the community bridges, still Silver Spring Tacoma's Thunderbolt baseball. Are you playing baseball or
no, not playing baseball. So we go Thunderbolts. They will love this. I'll have to tell them about this meeting. But Silver Spring and Bethesda and other areas in Montgomery County have college summer baseball. And they were looking for board members or people that could potentially help them get the word out. And it's amazing. It's $5. It's at Blair High School. You get to go there. Hot dogs are $1.50. They partner with the Tacoma Park Silver Spring softball and baseball team that has camps and helps kids. And then they have college. They recruit from the different colleges, and they're a summer baseball league. And I'm sure you've heard of Bethesda Big Train. Yeah. So Silver Spring is the stepsister to Bethesda Big Train, but we're little and mighty, so we like to say that. We're little and mighty.
That's great. I see all the passion in it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to the actual business itself, because homeowners insurance, you deal with so many different products across the board.
Right.
Tell me more about your background. I know it's a family business, but it wasn't just something you walked in and said, here are the keys, it's my business now. You actually grew up with this business.
Right, exactly. So I'm very close with my dad, and I always grew up watching him being around a lot of people, having a good time, having lots of interests, giving back to the community, and really trying to help people. That was kind of what he thought. A lot of people think of insurance as, maybe not necessarily helping people, but if you think about your assets and what you have, most people's home is their largest investment, or their business is their largest investment. And so it was really easy for me with auto insurance and the different assets that you purchase, because it is a large investment in your car, everything, that we could really help people in that way. If God forbid something happens to you, the promise that we sell you in your insurance policy takes care of you. So our main lead company is Erie Insurance. And I don't know if you're familiar with Erie Insurance, but Erie Insurance is a Fortune 500 company. They were just awarded by Forbes as one of America's 50 most financially trustworthy companies. And we, and Consumer Reports and Washington Checkbook, we are able to sell business insurance, homeowners insurance, and life insurance through that carrier. So really having that holistic approach to be able to help people, and we help them with insurance, and it makes us a nice living, and we have a lot of fun.
Perfect. So you're channeling it to Erie Insurance, but the customer service and the values, being connected to the community, and God forbid something happens where someone has to cash in on that insurance, there's more to it than just handing a check over.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people need guidance. They don't necessarily know how to navigate the process. I mean, when you have a claim, let's say an auto accident, first of all, you're jostled, you're completely freaked out. So it's nice to have somebody to call and say, hey, what do I do? So first you gather information from them. You tell them what the process is. If they need to make a police report, do I need to go to the doctors? Do I need to go to the hospital? How do I take care of my car? That's the minimum. They want to have somebody, or they should want to have somebody that they can talk to and guide them through that process. Same thing with the home. We've had people have trees fall through their houses and fires, lots of things where, we were out there before necessarily the claims adjuster was out there. Do you need clothes? How can we help you with food? getting people through the process of difficult times in their life. And we've been doing that for 41 years.
That's amazing. So you have so much added value. So a lot of people that I know that are in the insurance business, when they have a claim or something, they're just calling an 800 number. They're going through the process. Where's that human touch? And you're bringing that back to, it actually never left.
No, it didn't. And it always amazes me. It's like, why would you call a stranger to help you through one of the most difficult times in your life? Like, who does that? But we've made insurance a commodity, which it really shouldn't be. It should be partnering with somebody that you know, that you trust, that you value in your community.
Okay. Well, moving forward, by the way, if you're just tuning in, I have with me Julie Statland from Statland and Katz. I am your host, Todd the Borowit, and you are listening to Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. What I want to do, Julie, is get into the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Mm-hmm. It was a tough winter, and I don't want to talk about the weather.
Right.
What's going on out there? You're a huge company.
Yeah.
Like, what can you report? What was it like this winter?
Well, what you're seeing in this winter is you saw a lot. We've seen weather patterns changing over the last 5 years. And with the cold temperatures, you did see a lot of pipe bursts. I mean, we had restaurants where they had to be shut down because of the snow or a pipe burst and they lose loss of income when that happens. Especially when the pipe bursts. We see a lot of that. People can't come into your restaurant. It's a health hazard. So, we were there to, A, help them get back up and running, and B, replace some of that income. Same thing with homeowners. When you lose power, it's not just the power. You lose food. You lose, sometimes there'll be a power surge where you can use your television equipment, those types of things. So the weather has really been a frustration for people in all walks of life over. But we don't have control over that. What we do have control over is what we put in your policy that will help you. We don't have control over the weather.
So you give people peace of mind
for what they can expect. We give people peace of mind for what they can expect. We help people manage their claims or their claims history. If you've had trees fall on your house every year for 5 years, that can be a challenge from an insurance perspective to people wanting to insure you. So we also help people manage, okay, do I want to put in a $50 claim, or maybe I should manage that. Maybe I should save it for that larger, more catastrophic claim.
Well, talking about claims, and I'm not throwing you a curveball because I did prepare you with this question because it's been floating around with me for a long time.
Sure.
I had a situation where I knew somebody and someone broke into their car and they filed a claim and they had everything reimbursed. Fine. Then about 6 months later, someone broke into his house and they reimbursed him for the house. And then he got a letter saying, we're canceling your policy.
Yeah.
And he actually had to sell the house because he couldn't afford the other rates and had to move home to his home country. And it always stuck with me, like, is there a thing where if you have too many claims, you could be canceled? Should people have a higher deductible because you really shouldn't use it unless you should? And then the other question is, I knew a real estate agent that couldn't sell a house because there were too many claims on the property. It wasn't against the owner, it was against the actual property.
So you have a lot of questions, and it's really a lot of answers for that. So let's get back to what you said about the first one, where the guy had 2 claims and they sent him a cancellation notice. Insurance companies cannot arbitrarily cancel you. They can't say, you have 2 claims, we don't like you. You have 1, we like you. They can't do that. They have to actually have state filings. So they have to file with the state of Maryland with their guidelines and their rates that say what happens in the event of a claim. Maryland is also a very consumer-friendly state. You have the right to protest that cancellation through the insurance commissioner within 30 days of notice. You have to do it within 30 days of notice, but you have the right to protest. The insurance commissioner will evaluate and give you a determination. If they don't side with you and you don't like the letter that you receive back from the first administrative evaluation, you then have the right to request a hearing. So you have rights in Maryland. Maryland is very consumer friendly. If, in fact, they still don't write you, there are surplus lines carriers that can write you. And it depends on the carrier and the companies. And that's what you want to ask up front. You want to ask about those claims.
What about Virginia and D.C. listeners?
Virginia and D.C. listeners, they do give you right to protest. Their protest system is a little bit different. They can non-renew you And you do have the right to protest with their insurance commission as well. Not as DC is consumer friendly. Virginia is a not required state, where Maryland, a lot of these policies you're required to have them.
So Julie, tell me about the HO6 for condominiums. I know it's a hot topic.
Yes, HO6, people make mistakes by not purchasing HO6. It's probably one of the best things you can do when you purchase your home because it takes care of the interior of your home. Think about it. If you have a pipe burst that goes to the neighbor downstairs, you're not protected if you don't buy this HO6 policy. Your contents, your liability, you expose yourself in a way that you would never want to.
That's great. Julie, thank you so much for being here. Julie Statland with Statland and Katz. And when we get back, we're going to be talking to Sarah Burnett with Corporate Volunteer Council. And if you want more information with Julie, please look at our website, www.toddlabor.com. That is www.toddlabor, like a woman going in labor, wit.com.
Investors endured 2 devastating bear market corrections since the year 2000. Unfortunately, many people still haven't recovered from their losses. Yet our clients tell a different story. I'm Jim Musgrave with Research Financial Strategies. For investments that make money in both bull and bear markets, call me at 301-588-0514 or visit jimmusgrave.com to learn how Research Financial Strategies can benefit you, your family, and your business. Can you afford not to?